everyone, I thought I would come on here and tell you a little bit about our fun experience at the Atlanta airport. So I apologize for how distressed and tired I look, but it's been an interesting night. So we took off from Las Vegas at about 7 a.m. That time, which was probably about 10:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. That little bit of turbulence, but the flight was totally fine. And when we landed, we got onto the taxiway and saw that there was some backup of planes. The pilot came over the intercom and just said, hey, not sure what's going on, but we're one of 20, we're number 10 of 20 planes backed up on the taxiway right now. And we can't move because there's a powder outage going on at the airport. He said you probably will find out more info than we will because they only get their updates from the tower. He's like, if you go on Twitter and look at the hashtag ATL. So that's kind of what we did. The story that I think is probably the most true, there was the Georgia State CFO was on the same plane as us, and she said that the story that probably is the most true, it wasn't a construction crew that cut through the electrical lines. What actually happened was there was a fire in the transformer box, or the big conduit box that connects all the power to the airport. Hey Sonia, I know you've been on this adventure with me, so thank you, I appreciate it. But anyway, so there was a fire in that conduit box. The fire department had to put it out, so they responded, and then the power was out. So the power went out about 1 p.m. We were one of the last planes to land. Like I said, we were number 10 of 20. They stopped letting planes land at about 2:30. We got in at 2:20, and they stopped all planes leaving and heading towards the Atlanta airport around 11. And like I said, we took off at 10:30. So we still were coming into the airport, had permission to land, but they were trying to stop people from coming in just because, they knew it was going to be a backup. For those of you who don't know, Atlanta is the busiest airport in the world. They have 2 international terminals, and there are probably hundreds of thousands of people that go in and out of this airport in a 24-hour period. I've lived in Atlanta for 15 years, and I've flown in and out of this airport for a long, long time. So it's a huge amount of people. But anyway, we were stuck on the plane, which thank God, because if you think about it, there are people that were stuck in the TSA line. There were people who were stuck in immigration, because that's all computer controlled here at the airport. There were people who were stuck on the trams that go back and forth between the terminals, which is dark in there. They had to emergency exit them. My friend Kelly was stuck at the airport at 5:30. She was supposed to fly out. She talked to someone who was stuck on the tram, and they did evacuate them pretty quickly, which was really, really nice. But there were people stuck on the tram. There's no climate control, of course, when the electricity is out. The water fountain stopped working. The bathrooms were dark, so you had to use your flashlight. But we were on a plane on the taxiway, so we at least had entertainment. They kept the entertainment on. We had a bathroom. The bathroom, after about 5 hours, did start backing up, and the sinks kind of backed up, but at least we had a bathroom with light. We had free entertainment, and the flight attendants were amazing. On Delta Flight 1675, they were fantastic. They started throwing out free snacks, free food, free water up and down the aisles every 30 minutes. I ended up, I think my critical care nursing skills kicked in, so I went in the back and ended up of course my back was hurting, so it kind of stood up, went in the back, ended up talking with them, having fun, helping them hand out food and stuff like that. And then they started giving free drinks because, we were at a 2-hour point stuck. We were at a 3.5-hour point stuck. Then we were at 6.5 hours we were stuck. And then finally at 7 3.25 hours, they had a plan to let us off. So I know everyone was like, they have to let you off after, like, thanks Nadine, I appreciate it. And yes, Marianne, Delta was amazing. But they were fantastic. The flight attendants were amazing. There was 2 women who were particularly irate. One of them, I think, was still hungover and didn't sleep, because remember, this plane was coming from Vegas. Another one said that her Bill of Rights as a passenger was being violated, which, if you think about it, the pilot and the crew, they're stuck on there just like we are. They can't get off. You can't exit on a tarmac, because let me turn the video around and show you. So you'll notice you've got traffic coming and going, you've got planes moving around. So if we're out on the taxiway, you still had the traffic coming and going, people trying to respond to emergency situations. Maybe someone on the plane had an emergency situation. There were planes that they were allowing to go out and move back if possible. There were empty planes being sent out. So the taxiway, the runway, the tarmac, it's all crazy. So we can't just like get out and walk to the terminal. And they couldn't get us to a gate because the electricity is out, so you don't have the extension that comes out to the plane, remember? So that's another reason we were just sitting there. There was one woman who was a type 1 diabetic on the plane. I think that's why the flight attendants really liked me, and I got my free Prosecco, because there was a woman who was a type 1 diabetic, and I kind of helped her out while we were on the plane. But overall, it was pretty great. We didn't have kids on the plane, so we didn't have to deal with that. That wasn't part of our experience. I know I feel for anyone who had kids, because being trapped in a small tube for 7.5 hours would have been crazy. But for the most part, like, the flight attendants were great, the people were great, and everybody kind of helped each other out and made the best of it. My post about being stuck on a plane being the worst form of torture was actually pretty true, because I would have thought that would have been. But we survived, and we made the most of it. They stopped traffic coming in and out of the airport, so the Metro Atlanta Rail Transportation Authority, the MARTA, which we call it for the locals, was the only way in and out. So my husband was lucky enough to book a hotel in Buckhead, and we took the MARTA out to Buckhead. The MARTA was free because the electricity's out, but the MARTA was still running, so we took that out to a hotel. We stayed at a Hilton in Buckhead. They gave us free water, got toothbrushes and toothpaste, took a shower. Obviously, you know, I don't have a brush to fix my hair. I have some travel mascara in my purse. Thanks, Michael. I'm trying to really have a good attitude about it. I appreciate it, and we miss you too. But so we're making the best of it. Luckily, Microblading Charleston helped me with these eyebrows, so they're always on point. But the travel mascara helps. We were able to take a shower. We slept in a bed, which, like, when we got off the plane, I don't know if you guys saw my video in the story, it was like a refugee camp in here. It was extremely dimly lit. There were people sleeping all over the place. Imagine no elevators working too, and you're stuck in a wheelchair. Like, it was bad. But you know what? They had people in the airport literally hand carrying. You had 6 people gathered around a wheelchair, and they would carry you up the escalators or the steps to where you needed to go. So the employees really banded together. When we got off the plane, like I said, it was 7.25 hours on the plane when we got off. We walked down the stairs. You had employees making a line with flashlights so that we knew where to walk, and we walked inside the terminal. They guided us around. But like I said, once you got in the terminal, it was kind of ghostly. If you've ever seen the Langoliers, it was kind of creepy like that. But like I said, it was dark. There was only emergency lighting on. There was a fire alarm going off. Like, it was kind of crazy. And there were people sleeping all over the place or sitting because there's nothing else to do. So I count myself blessed because, like I said, we were on an airplane with food and water. We had lights and a bathroom, free entertainment, climate control, because the airport, you know, people were starting to get cold because it's cold here in Atlanta. They had no climate control. The airport was handing out free water and food. People did start kind of looting for food. Yeah, Yeah, James, it did look like a scene from a horror movie with strobe lights. Yeah, the strobe lights were going off. It was loud. People did start looting for food, but I mean, like, think about it. The cash registers are down, so you can't pay for food, and you're stuck in an airport for 12 hours. It was very freaky. So, like I said, they started handing out water, they handed out blankets. The employees responded extremely well. This was not the airport's fault. It was not Delta's fault. It's Georgia Power's fault, to be honest. I don't know what went wrong in that transformer box and why the, backup generators are connected to that. But like I said, I was blessed. We got to a hotel. We got some sleep. I ordered curry at midnight in order to eat because all the restaurants were closed. We got to sleep in, and Delta has rebooked us on our flight. We've been rebooked 3 times, but we're still on a flight. We're headed home, and I'm happy to answer any questions you guys have. But like I said, we were very blessed. The employees have been great. Even our baggage, we asked several employees on our way out about our baggage and on our way in about our baggage, and it is headed to Charleston. We'll be there when we land. So we are doing okay, but just know that the Atlanta airport employees, the Delta employees, they're doing their best and they're doing a great job. And you know what? I get to hang out in the Delta lounge. It's kind of packed, but it's nice, and the restrooms are very, very nice, and there's free food and drink, and the USO was amazing. Shout out to them, because we stopped in there and got some free stuff too. And thanks, Marianne, I appreciate it. Hopefully we'll be going home soon. But the USO was amazing, and the Delta Sky Lounge has been amazing, and we're pretty grateful. So I'll keep you guys updated on our status, and if you have any questions, let me know. Sorry this video got a little long, but I thought people might want to know what it's like being on the inside of the situation. And you know what? You can survive being stuck over 7 hours in a plane. It's okay. As long as you have Prosecco, it'll be fine. And safe travels to everyone else who is here. James, I hope you make it out of Panama. I know you had a good time down there. But we will. I will let you guys go for now. I appreciate you tuning in and talking with me. Bye.